All right, everyone. My name is Dylan Thegg, and we are going to get started here in just one moment, in about 5 minutes, just to make sure we've got all the parents and families that are going to be here. Hi there, how are you? Thank you so much for coming out. This is a parent orientation guide. It has a youth application in there for you, and your child is in first grade, so there is a first grade table of all first graders from this school. And so if you'll grab a seat right there, we'll get started in just a moment. All right, thank you all so much for being here, and thank you for being excited about getting your child involved in Cub Scouts. One of the things that we are going to do is make sure that you get 3 key areas today. That's first, to make sure you understand how scouting is organized. Second, to be able to show you how scouting works. And then third, to be able to help you get your family enrolled in Cub Scouts. But before we do that, I've got a quick video.
There are lots of ways to be a kid. My way is to take a road that's not easy. So it's a good thing I'm an adventurer. That's why I'm going to be a Cub Scout, because scouting will guide me to really big things. It will teach me to navigate the woods with confidence, and to navigate the world with confidence too. Scouting will show me a kid who is brave, trustworthy, loyal, and kind. A kid who is always prepared. A kid who is me. So scout me in.
All right. So my name is Dylan Thegg, and I am over Cub Scouting for the county, and I'm excited to be able to share the information that we've got with you today. One key item is up here on the screen. You won't be able to read it, but it is in your packet. It's the Parent Orientation Guide. Please make sure that you grab the document that looks like this. It is going to let us know where your family will be able to help. You may not be able to do all the different things that we're able to do, but if you can let us know where you're interested or where you might be able to help, it's going to be a big item for us. There's a lot of new families that are joining tonight, and with a lot of people, we need additional help on top of the volunteers that we have here. One key thing to know, and you'll hear me repeat it throughout the presentation, is that 100% of our parents here are volunteers. They are not paid in any fashion to be able to do this. They do this because their child wanted to be in a program where they got to be able to have great experiences with them. And so they help us do that, and we need your help as well. The item that we're going to cover is your Parent Orientation Guide. So if you'll please grab that now, I want to remind you there are 3 things that we want to do. We want to inform you how scouting is organized. We want to help you know how it works and help make sure we get your family involved. I was the individual that was able to come to the school yesterday and get your child excited about the fun things that we get to do in Scouts. It's really simple. We get to go and do a lot of things outside, camping, hiking, and fishing. We get to go and build all sorts of cool stuff like Pinewood Derby cars, and we get to go on a lot of really cool field trips. And your family is going to get to go together with us. And remember, everything we do is family oriented. You can see on the second page that the first organization that we work together with is the Nashville SC program, the soccer club. They do a discounted ticket game, and then as well, we work together with the Tennessee Titans. We also work with the Nashville Predators, and they do a lock-in after the game at Bridgestone Arena. And an item that's really cool, there's a picture that was up here, is we work together with the Nashville Sounds, where if your family wants to, you get to do a camp out on the baseball field. It's a great experience. We watch a movie on the Jumbotron. Your kids will remember that for the rest of their lives. It's going to be a really fun experience, and that'll be coming up this year. But that's what's great about joining Scouts, is you're not just joining this Cub Scout pack, you're joining the overall organization. And we work together with a lot of different entities across Middle Tennessee to give our families discounted ticket prices and special events where they're able to get patches and things like that. So you'll be able to find out a lot more about that in the future. But now for a little information about our pack. We are pack 753, and we're in the Hermitage District. I am Dylan Thegg. I'm the key leader here. You can see my phone number up on the screen here and my email address. We meet on Monday nights at 6:30 at First United Methodist Church of Nashville. But our next meeting is not going to be for 2 weeks. You can see it's going to be August 26th, so it's not this coming Monday, it's the following Monday, August 26th at 6:30. We communicate all of our information through our Facebook page. You need to send us a group request. We'll accept you into the page, and you'll be able to get all of our information there. If you want to take a quick picture of this, if you didn't receive an information guide when you came in, you can do that, and you can just snap a quick picture. Even if you want to come up front and take a picture, you feel free. But this is all of our key information for the pack, and you'll get a lot more detail going forward. But what I'm going to do now is hand it over to our Cub Master to tell you a little information about our pack. So since I'm the Cub Master in this scenario, I'm going to tell you the information about the pack. All right, everyone, I'm glad you're here today, and we're going to go through the program very quickly, but just short information about Pack 753. We're very proud of the impact that we're making in the community. We're very active. We've got a really great hike that's coming up on September 26th at the end of the month, and then we, as an overall pack, are going to go camping at Cub World on the second weekend of October, and you'll hear more information about that coming up. We try to keep our pack very active. We give you lots of options of what you get to do, and what's exciting is every one of our pack meetings are very fun and focused on our kids so that they can enjoy the excitement behind the program. But you'll hear a lot more about that in the future, and you've got our contact information. Be sure to get that information about our Facebook page, because that's exactly how we communicate with everybody. So I will talk to you all before you head out. I definitely want to meet your kids, and I'm excited you're joining our pack. All right, so I will take back over as the presenter for the sign-up night. So now you've gotten the key information about Pack 753. The next slide are going to be items that we will play while our scouting leader is able to talk. And so when you hand the program over, you can just play these, and it gives our kids some different ideas about meetings that'll be coming up and how they kind of organize themselves when the unit leader is speaking. All right. Now, one of the things that you heard about are the different campouts that are coming up and the different activities. Parents, the next page, on page 4, gives you a little bit of understanding of our overall big events. There's Pinewood Derbies, there's campouts, there's shooting sports days, all really great and fun activities. But one thing that is coming up that we know that your child wants to do are a couple of shooting sports activities. One thing to know is that it's very organized. There are range safety officers that are on site. They make sure that everything is very safe and that your kids have a lot of fun in those activities. But as well, we know that, and we would love for your family to participate in every single activity that we have. We have something going on just about every weekend. But we know also that is not going to be able to happen. You will miss something at one point or another, and that is okay. You don't have to be at every single den meeting. You don't have to be at every single event. The great thing about the different events that we have is even if it's a shooting sports day, you'll be able to participate in another one if you all have to miss that. Our first shooting sports day is going to be coming up on the last weekend of September. It's going to be right down the street, and that'll be the first opportunity for your child to be able to shoot a BB gun and a bow. And you can see in your packet that I handed you when you came in, there's an individual flyer about that. Then also, we have a first Cub Scout campout that will be coming up for your family. And your entire family can participate. Remember, everything we do is about family, and we want all of your family to be there. But that campout, it has different weekends in October for you to be able to take advantage of if one weekend doesn't work over another. And so those two are really key items, and we included individual flyers in your packet for you. What's great about those activities is you can sign up for those at MTCBSA.org. That's MTCBSA.org, and you can go onto that website and be able to register and sign up your child and your family for those events. All right, so those are the cool things coming up, but now I want to share with you how scouting is organized. So, first off, it's structured by dens, and the dens are by grade level. Kindergartners are lions, first graders are tigers, second graders are wolves, third graders are bears, and fourth and fifth graders are what are called webelos. And they work towards something called the Arrow of Light. That is the peak rank advancement that a Cub Scout is able to earn. Then all of those dens make up the Cub Scout pack. All right. Then one key thing to remember is every single position in Cub Scouting is 100% volunteer. So one of the key items with that is you do not have to have any experience at all. I know that's a big reservation and a big concern that maybe you've never been camping before. That's okay, because there are parents in the pack that handle the campouts. Really, the items that we need are individuals to help with the weekly 1-hour meeting. And that's why we don't need experience with it, because there are online trainings that walk you through how to run those meetings. Then as well, the most important part about Cub Scouting is to make it simple and to keep it simple and make it fun. That's the most important part. The kids want to run, they want to play, they want to be together with their friends and experience the things with their friends. The program takes care of itself, because that's the most important part with them, is that they're having fun. So experience-wise, don't let that stop you from being involved in volunteering. All right, the next page in your packet, this page of the advancement plan. I've included it up on the screen because this is very important. I want you to flip to this page in your parent orientation guide so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You can see again, it's broken up by grade levels, but the reason this is so important, it's something we as an organization are very proud of. We teach your child to be systematic about their goals, to knock them out one step at a time, and then they are rewarded for being able to achieve those goals. When they get that adventure rank advancement, it's a very big deal. And you can see what those rank advancements look like on your page here. But a very important item that I want to share with the parents is your child's experience is going to be as strong as your involvement right there alongside them. And it starts with their rank advancements. The key part of this is there's going to be a lot that they need to work on at home with you. So it doesn't even just stop at the den meetings. They're going to need to be able to work together with you at home to be able to achieve those ranks. The first item is going to be their Bobcat Rank. This is something that we've included in the packet for you so you can take it home. And you're going to be able to walk them through a few of the things that they need to memorize to be able to earn their Bobcat. But you'll hear a lot more about that in the future. All right, the next few pages are just general information about our aims and methods of scouting. The Scout Oath and Law has been the bedrock of our overall program for over 100 years, and it's the foundation of what we've been built on, something we're very proud of. But also, you can see up on the PowerPoint that we have a few pictures about what we call our product sales. Popcorn and camp cards. They are different activities that your family is able to participate in to help offset the cost of the program throughout the year. Now, the next slide and the next page in your packet gives you a little bit of an understanding of where you can go to pick up the items that your child needs. So our main location is right off of Hillsborough Pike, just north of Green Hills Mall, and you can see Nashville there. Then we have a location in Clarksville and a location in Murfreesboro. You can see that on your page in your packet. It's page 13. And then as well, there are a couple of other locations in non-official locations that we work together with, but they are spots that if you're not close to the 3 locations that we have, you'd be able to run into that store and pick up a few items from those individual locations. All right, the one thing that is the most important part of what you're going to pick up, we'll talk about on this next page, is your basic needs. Your child's den book is the most important. In about 2 weeks, your child is going to need that den book. And again, this is the item that you'll be working together with them on, even outside of their den meetings. Then the other item that they will pick up from those locations is their uniform. What I tell parents is you can wait about a month before you get that. And during that time period, you can create a little bit of a checklist. Put it up on the refrigerator of things that you want your child to do to help earn the uniform. Because scouting is about character development. And over time, it'll take about a month before they need their uniform of the item that would go on there. That first item will be their Bobcat Rank, what we talked about a few pages back. And the Bobcat Rank will go onto their uniform, and they'll be really proud to display that. So that's why after about a month, you'll be able to get that. The one item that I want to make sure that we talk about on this page is our fees, how much it costs to join Pack 753 tonight. It's $42.75 to be able to join, and that covers the registration fee for our scouting organization. But in addition to that, we have, you can see, pack dues. And our pack dues are $25. And it covers your family for all the miscellaneous things that we will buy for den meetings, snacks, supplies. And then also it covers a Class B t-shirt of what we call, it's just a t-shirt that has Cub Scouts on it. And you're able to wear that at meetings and outings that we go on. All right, so that's the registration and the key items of what you need to pick up off the jump. This next page that's in your packet and the slide that's up here is our overall map of the Middle Tennessee Council and our individual frequently asked questions that are great to help you know any additional questions of what maybe we didn't cover during the presentation. Then the next document that we are going to cover, that's the end of the parent orientation guide, and now we will talk about the youth application. I'm going to go line by line on this, and then we'll transition into our adult leader recruitment. So the youth application, I'm going to fly through it. If you need to change anything, that's okay. Up at the top, your child's first name, middle name, last name, your mailing address, your child's birth date and grade are very important. Please include that. Over on the side, you can see magazine subscription. It is optional. If you'd like to do it, you can. If not, you don't have to do that. Then below there is your information. There's a bubble if you want to mark if your address is the same as above, so you don't have to write it again. That's great. Then there is a section for mark here if you are a Lion Guide or Tiger partner. That's for first grade and kindergarten parents. It does not have to be you, but somebody over the age of 21 has to be at a meeting with your child. So very important thing to know for the kindergarten and first grade group. Then it's your information, first name, middle name, last name. Please take a moment. Every adult needs to put their birth date on here. We have to have an adult associated with a youth. Then your email is going to be very helpful for us in getting you information about our communication tree. And then, most important part of the application is your signature. Please, please sign that right now on the parent signature line. Then, down at the bottom, there are 2 blocks that are cut off on this slide, but that is okay. A section for registration. Again, it's $42.75, if you'll please write that in. Then it says for the magazine subscription, if you would like to do that, it's $14. If not, just for my help, strike right through it. So again, if you had to change anything, that is okay, and we'll make that edit after. Now we'll transition into forming our dens and finding out where you might be able to help. Okay. A very quick video about a mom telling what scouting means to her.
They grow so fast, but scouting provides a family opportunity to be involved in something that makes a difference in our son, that he will carry with him through his adult years. We can be involved in a lot of different things, but with scouting, we are truly involved as a family. We're letting him grow independently, but he's under our wings still, and it involves all of us as a family unit. And it really does bring us together and capitalize on the little bit of time that we have left with him before he is grown and out the door and on his own. If you're out there and you're on the fence about making a decision to get involved with Scouts, I would love to encourage you to give it a try. Find somebody who is involved and connect with them so that you can begin to experience all that Scouts has to offer for your family.
All right, so you can also see on that our council website, MTCBSA.org. That's where you're going to get a lot of information about the different events that we have coming up that we talked about earlier. But the way that we're going to form our individual dens is those of you that came in and I talked with you about being the scribe for our temporary den leader, if you will grab that piece of paper, and we are going to stand up by our grade levels or just condense down at our table. And please make sure that you've got your child close to you, because what I want you to do is the individual that's got this piece of paper be the first one to open it up, but introduce your child and introduce yourself, and then we'll go around the group to make sure that everybody is able to introduce themselves. And then you can see on the document that we'll start talking about who might be able to help in what type of capacity. We need a key leader, we need an assistant, and we need a committee member for each group. The reason we do that, number one reason, is we must have at least 2 individuals, adult individuals that have gone through a background check, that have filled out an adult application, that serve with that den. The reason we do that is something called youth protection training. It's 2 deep leadership, so that in no situation will your child be involved in a one-on-one experience with an adult that is not you. And so it's really important that we have those individuals of you that are able to fill out the adult application and say, yes, I want to jump in, I want to be involved, and you can see the different areas of where you'll be able to help out. Then you can talk through the best time, date, and location to be able to have your den meetings. And you all as a group can discuss that. If Monday nights at First United work for you all, then that's great. But if another location and another time works well also, you can talk with me about that, and we'll be able to go down that road, because all I want to do is make sure that your den is structured and formed in the best way for the families to be able to have fun and to make it work with schedules. All right, so what we will do is we'll get ready to take one moment to be able to introduce ourselves and form our dens. But quickly before we do that, 2 main reservations. I know we already talked about experience. Here is the website that you'll be able to go to, and I have a den leader guide form that walks you through how to get to this website. So experience is nothing that will be necessary. And then as well, this was where you will go for your youth protection training of our key individuals. But the second reservation that I know is a big deal is the aspect of time. What I always let parents know is that if you're able to give 3 hours a week, then our program in your den will work very well. An hour of preparation on the weekend, an hour of getting things together before the meeting, and then the hour of the meeting. When you're able to keep yourself coordinated in those fashions, you'll be able to function very well. It's not an element of having to give all of your time or an entire weekend or anything like that for your den. We're very structured, we're very organized as a pack, and we're able to help you carry that load. But the reason we're going to be able to function well is because you all are willing to help carry that load also. And that will handle the 2 main reservations, and hopefully that will encourage you to be able to get involved. The one thing I want to make sure that you get and your child gets before they head out tonight is their giveaway item for joining Scouts this year. It's a 7-in-1 survival tool. We talked about this with them in class. It's a flashlight, it's a whistle, it's got a bunch of different things. It comes apart, and there's parts on the inside, but please make sure that they get that before they leave. I promised them that when I was at school, so it'll be very important that we deliver. The key items after we form our den will be to make sure that we close out with our payment. You can, if you have checks, you can make those payable to the Boy Scouts of America or to the Middle Tennessee Council. Then make sure that your name is on the den roster form. That's going to be very critical for our den leaders. Then make sure that you get your den leaders' contact information. That'll be an important item. And then know when the next meeting is. Again, our next meeting is August 26th at 6:30 at First United Methodist Church, right down the street. Then become a trained leader. For those of us that are going to be willing to jump in, make sure that you take those trainings. That's going to be a big focus point for all of our parents, and we want to make sure that you're on board with that. So now I will go ahead and hand the floor over to you all, because you all will get to talk, introduce your child, introduce yourself, go around, meet each other, and find out who will be able to help.